Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, in this video, I am just going to be talking to you guys why I re-signed with Google Fi. And, I've been with multiple different types of MVNO companies out there. I've tried different plans, signed up with, postpaids, prepaids. Almost used them all. There's like a few that I haven't used, but I mean, I really have no interest in using those to see how they fit. But, of all the different postpaids, prepaids, MVNOs that are out there, I decided to return back to Google Fi. And these are my reasonings and my reasonings alone. It doesn't mean that everyone else should. I don't pitch these videos to say that this is what you guys should sign up for. I just pitch these videos to show you guys what I'm using. And then I throw out how I'm using these things so you guys can kind of get an idea. Maybe something that, you may be looking for, you might find in something that I'm using. And so that's why I share it. Before I get into that though, let me just tell you guys right off the bat, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like the way that I explain things or how I talk about things or just my thought processes, well then do me a solid and click that subscribe button. And yeah. And then also there's members too. There are videos that drop specifically for members only a few days before it's released to the public. So if you want early access to those, go ahead and check out the members buttons, click down below. Anyways, let's kind of get into it. So I am back on Google Fi. Why the hell did I do that? Well, I'll explain why. So basically I'm on the Unlimited Plus plan. Right now, currently what I get is unlimited talk and text, and I get 50 gigabytes of priority high-speed data access. And then, yes, it's slowed down after 50 gigs. I don't use a lot of data as I thought I would because testing out on Mobile X really just kind of showed me like how I'm actually really using my phone without the speed testing. So taking speed testing out of the equation, I don't use a lot of data. So I'm not worried about crossing 50 gigs. So 50 gigabytes and you're slowed down, right? I get international usage, so if I ever feel the need, want to, or just feel like getting away from the world, I can travel outside of the country. I can use my device, not have to look for a local provider or swap out SIMs or any of that stuff. Okay, that's number one. That's like the number one reason why I went to them is just, for that reason. Is the plan itself, the Unlimited Plus plan. And what I pay for the Unlimited Plus plan is exactly what I'm paying right now for the different MVNO SIM cards that I have currently active that are about to drop. So that's number one. Number two is the data-only SIM cards. Since I'm on the Unlimited Plus, both the flexible plan and the Unlimited Plus plan have usage of allowing you to get a data-only SIM card. SIM card with no actual active number for calling and texting, just for data access to the network. And you can put that in anything from an iPad that is LTE capable to a tablet that's LTE capable. You can put it into any smartphone that's unlocked, or even a T-Mobile smartphone. You can throw it in there and have it as a backup phone line. Side note, one of the things that I do miss is Google Hangouts, and the reason, this is the very reason why. When I had Google Hangouts before, and I was using Google Fi service from the beginning when it was known as Project Fi, you had the ability to set your phone number in Hangouts, and Hangouts as your default for calling and texting. And the cool thing about that was that if you had a data-only SIM card in another device and someone called your phone number because your carrier number was connected to Hangouts, both devices with Hangouts rang. Simple. Made sure that you didn't miss it. So basically, I could just grab any phone off my desk that I wanted to grab and take it with me, and I would get all my calls and text messages. Sadly, Hangouts is not here with us today, and I do use something different nowadays than regular calls and texting. Because regular calls and texting is kind of fading away. Everyone in my family that I communicate with, we use a chat service to basically communicate with each other. So the need for a actual, cell number and text messaging is kind of like dying down amongst my group and my family. So I'm not really worried about actually having a phone number, but let me just, another side note here, for a lot of you who are like friends with me outside of YouTube and you guys have my personal number, just know that none of those numbers are going to work anymore because I have a fresh new phone number. And yeah, one number to worry about, one number to give out to businesses. And then I know who's actually really like calling me, because if anyone's calling me directly by phone, it's going to be a business or something of that importance rather than friends and family who technically reach out to me through a chat service. So yeah, one phone number that I got to deal with, paying the same price what I would pay for, 3 different lines, but I'm paying the same price for one line, multiple data only SIMs, because I have another SIM coming tomorrow and I'm going to put that in another device. And of course, it's all running off my 50 gigs. I'm not worried about it. And yeah, so I don't have to worry about my card being linked to 3 different providers. It's linked to one provider, which is Google Fi alone. So that's actually pretty cool. Another thing is that Google Fi is actually really easy when it comes to eSIM and physical SIM swaps or activations, right? On eSIM, it's pretty easy to activate. You just download the Google Fi app and go through the initial setup after you've created your account. iPhone, pretty much the same way. But then if you want to switch to a physical SIM card, it's so easy to do. Whatever device, like say if you have a device that doesn't have eSIM, if you have the regular, physical SIM card, which are reprogrammable, these SIM cards are reprogrammable. They are not burned after they're activated once. So I can use this on a different phone. Heck, if I started a second Google Fi account, completely different account, I can actually use the SIM card as long as there's no active service connected to it and program it. But all you would really do is just download the Google Fi app, sign into your Google account that has the Fi service, put the SIM card in the phone that you're going to use, and then click activate. And it pretty much switches you from eSIM to physical SIM. You don't have to chat in with reps to do this, call or any of that stuff. That's pretty nice to know that I can just easily switch from device to device. Side note that people should know about is that if you do a lot of like phone switchings in one day, after like 4 or 5 different phone switches in a 24-hour period, they will lock your your services to that last phone that you've activated on their services, just to make sure that you're not doing any funny business like trying to get service outside of the United States, because Google Fi is not outside of the US. So they are home based in the US. You must activate in the US. And my plan does allow me to do international usage outside of the United States. And that's great. That's awesome. That's another reason why I switched back to them. The thing about their international thing is that if you're someone who travels, you need to come back to the United States before your 365th day outside of the country. So you cannot remain a whole year outside of the United States on Google Fi service. It must ping off a US cell tower at least before taking it back out. So like a lot of videos where I see people that do a lot of traveling, this is good for traveling. However, it's not good for someone who's going to completely stay out of the United States for several years. So if you're planning on staying overseas for several years, this may not be an option for you. But if you're someone who travels frequently, but your stay is like maybe like a week or 2, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month out in a different country, then you're back in the US, this would be perfect for you. Just saying. With the data-only SIM cards, any one of my unlocked devices or T-Mobile supported devices will work with the data-only SIM. And the way that I have things set up is, like I said, I use chat services. I don't really use a lot of RCS, so I'm not worried about RCS messaging. So like one of my data-only SIM cards is in my Pixel 7. And that's because the way that my family communicates with me, those that are on Android, they do it through Google Meet and Google Chat. That's how we message each other. So there's really no need for RCS messaging or the phone app to be on there. So there's really no need to actually have a full service SIM card in there. The data-only SIM would suffice. My actual full service SIM is inside of my iPhone, and numbers registered to iMessage, but my kids, they message me on iMessage, they call me on FaceTime, and then everybody else calls me on Facebook Messenger. So not really using regular text messages or using any of that. So really, I'm not worried about having like an actual phone number. But it is nice to have to give one to businesses and stuff like that, because no business is really going to call me on Google Meets realistically, or hospitals or any of that stuff. So got that covered. Both the iPhone and the Pixel is with me. My third data-only SIM card is going in my Galaxy A53. So now you guys kind of get the point of it. I have one phone service. I am paying one price. I can have multiple lines, but one price. And I'm going to be using an iOS, Android, and then a One UI device. So if I wanted to like talk about something with Samsung, of course, obviously I'm actively using Samsung. And that's a good thing, right? So yes, that is who I chose to remain with going from this point forward. And, I had a lot of fun on different brands like Boost Infinite, Boost Mobile, Mobile X, Visible, there was Freedom Pop and Unreal Mobile. Like, I've used a lot of different companies. Fi just fits my needs and my style of usage, right? And like I said, these are my reasons. You guys may have totally different reasons why Visible would work great for you, or why Mobile X would work great for you, or why Boost Infinite would work great for you. Like, everyone has different reasons, but these are my reasons why. For those who question, like, hey, like, you're back with Google Fi again, why? Well, this is why, but this is why I'm also staying on Google Fi going at this point forward. My kids are doing great on Mobile X, and they're going to stay on Mobile X. They love how their services work, and they don't use a lot of data outside of the home, so their phone bills are cheap. They're learning how to manage money, how to pay their bills on time and whatnot, so that's on them. And then, I think, I don't know where my wife is going to stay. She might stay on Boost Infinite. Who knows? She may switch. She may join my Google Fi. Who knows? Who knows what happens with her? But for me, and for the foreseeable future, Google Fi is where it's at, and that's why I'm back with them. So if you guys enjoyed what I had to say in this kind of long video, y'all know what to do. Smash the like button. Thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions about Google Fi or just any other things, definitely ask them in the comment section. Last thing, and this is not really a major thing because this only lasts for a year, but it's actually pretty cool having a YouTube Premium connected with your Google Fi Unlimited Plus plan, which I've been saying they should have been doing for years, and they finally did it. So it's a nice little add-on to have, because I also have access to YouTube Music, so I can listen to music that I want to when I'm driving and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll talk to you in the next one. Law.